Welcome back, baseball family. We're going to do this month's emoji tiers. This is the last of the regular season.
Show enough.
Crazy to think about that. It's right around the corner. So
Yeah.
we're going to get in here, but instead of starting with the diamond, we're going to start at the bottom and go up. We're inverting this thing. So Brig, why don't you lead us off with your? Actually, do you mind if I do my bottom tier real quick?
Get after it.
So,
do you have more than one team in your bottom tier?
The toilet tier,
once
again, is home to the White Sox.
Yeah.
So there we go. Okay.
See, I followed suit. I followed your lead, and I my bottom tier is now called the rancid bag of hot garbage.
Is there an emoji for that?
There should be. I don't have any idea. I didn't even think about that.
But I assume that's where the White Sox
deserves its own category.
You're right. Okay. Go ahead with your poop tier.
All right. Listen, my poop tier is extensive. Okay. We did. I have scaffolding holding up my poop tier. Okay. Just kidding. It's the Rockies, Marlins, and A's.
So I actually have the Rockies, Marlins, and Angels.
Ooh.
Because the A's, this is my justification for not having the A's there. Okay. They've been the second best team in the AL West since the All-Star break.
Oh.
Sorry, I said that wrong. The AL worst. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
I like what you did there.
But I feel like the Rockies and Marlins, that's pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah, justify. I agree.
All. Okay. Go ahead with your thumbs down tier.
My thumbs down tier, at this point, I'm calling it light the hot stove. Because you might as well get the matches out and get this gas thing going. Okay, this is where I put the Rays, the Giants, the Reds, the Nationals, the Rangers, Pirates, Blue Jays, and I gave the Angels here instead of poop. For fun, because it doesn't matter.
So I have the Giants, the Nationals, Blue Jays, Rays, A's, Rangers, Reds, Pirates, and Brig, my Mariners.
Ooh.
The only team since the All-Star break that has been worse than the Seattle Mariners is the Chicago White Sox. Today, Brig, after today's game, the Mariners are 6 games back. This is true fact, Brig. Absolutely true.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So the Mariners are 6 games back as of today, and I'm proclaiming the season over. They're not making the playoffs. But, Brig, if they do make the playoffs, if there is a miracle that happens and my Mariners make the playoffs, I will take 6 pies to the face because the Mariners are 6 games back.
6 pies if they make it in.
If they make it in, I will take 6 pies because as of today, they're 6 games back.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
I am declaring their season over.
Okay.
They're not going to catch the Astros. And they're not going to catch anybody in the wild card either.
Okay. You know they're still a 500 team.
I do. But they have been talking about hot garbage since the All-Star break. Brig, I'm not kidding you, man. Like, they have legitimately been the second worst team in baseball since the All-Star break.
Yeah.
To the tune that a team that once had a 10-game lead in their division ended up firing their manager and their hitting coach because they tried to average 4 runs a game during the season and have not been able to do it.
Right. Which is why I have them in my question mark tier. I'm like,
fine.
What was the goal?
You could be wrong.
What was the agenda? What did you expect out of these decisions? What will they do now? Why are we still paying attention? These are the questions I have about Seattle, which is why they're in the question mark tier for me, sir.
That's just funny.
Should I go into the rest of my question mark tier?
Oh, hold on. I want to talk about a couple teams with my thumbs down. So,
okay, do it.
I didn't want to put the Reds and the Pirates there, but they've just been so bad over the last month, right? That's where they
Yeah.
belong. In fact, I came really close to putting both those teams in the poop tier because they've been so bad. But
Mm,
then it's like, they haven't been that bad, right? Not
okay.
that bad of
All
teams.
right.
Um, the Rays and Blue Jays absolutely belong there. They just are not good teams. The Nats. So if there was anybody who's going to be the top of my thumbs down tier, it would be the Nats, specifically because of the potential for next year. It
Mm,
could be a pretty decent team next year. I don't think they'll be in the thumbs
could
down
be.
next year. So, but
Could be.
that's my thumbs down tier.
Okay. All right. I don't disagree with anything you just said, other
Okay,
than the Mariners. But I
go
do
ahead with your
think you're
question
right
mark.
on the Nats. I think the Nats are closer than we think,
I think so too.
personally. Question mark. Mariners, I just justified it. Red Sox, Tigers, they're still in it. They got a 1% chance of the Tigers making the playoffs, but they're still there. And I
Saying there's
like
a
that.
chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Cardinals. The only reason the Cardinals are here is because they put up a show against the Yankees, and it was embarrassing. The Yankees left 1,000 guys on base. Anyway, they're not going to make the playoffs, but they've found out something that they've exposed for a number of teams, Yankees being one of them. So they're playing spoiler by revealing the weaknesses of the other teams headed into the playoffs. What have they got going on that the rest of the teams don't? We're all paying attention, hence the question mark. Cubbies, Taylor Swift. Why is this working? Why is this not a wrapped up done deal for the Cubbies yet? It's not. I don't get it. Question mark. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where they
I know
belong.
exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
The Red
Yep.
Sox are 2 games above 500. They're going to play the Yankees again, and it's going to be crazy. But they're somehow way worse at home than they are away. They're like 29 and 35 at home. Make it make sense. There's a question
Yeah.
mark for you.
So they're 31 and 38 at home, 39 and 30 away. That's weird.
Make it make sense, Brad.
I won't. I can't.
There's these are the questions I have.
Yeah. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
Is that
I
everybody
know.
in your question mark?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have the Cubs. Same thing. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on there. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think they're going to go on enough of a run to make the playoffs, but like some kind of magic in that Taylor Swift candle, I'll move them
It's
up. That's
something.
cool.
I'm
It's a
telling
fun
you.
run.
It is
Cardinals.
fun.
The Cardinals have been a question mark for me most of the year. Thumbs down for a while, but question mark for most of the year. Just like, who were they yesterday? Not the same team as today, but they'll be that team again tomorrow probably, and then the day after that will be the same team they were today. Every day.
Exactly. Every day.
And then the Red Sox. Everything you said just make it make sense. It doesn't. Tigers. They've been better lately, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the weird thing about the Tigers. They've been playing better lately. They're 7-3 in their last 10, but they're still just not like a great team. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
but this is the problem that we're going to see with the Tigers is that we're going to go in the offseason and be like, hey, they had some pretty good momentum coming in the last part of the year, so
Yeah.
maybe they'll make some noise in the AL Central next year. No, they're not going to. But for now,
No.
they have them the question mark here.
Well, and Tariq Skubal, Cy Young front runner,
Right? Yeah.
anchoring this whole thing. So,
Former WAC pitcher though, Brick. Did you know that?
no, I did not know that.
Yeah, he pitched in the WAC when we were at school.
That's whack, bro.
I never got to see him because he never pitched against our school, but he was in the WAC at the time.
That is whack.
Yeah, it is whack. All right. And then my last two, I have the Royals and Twins. Just because
Whoa.
I don't know what is going on there. The Royals have lost 6 in a row.
I
That does
know.
not feel like a playoff team, but the Royals feel like a playoff team.
Yes. All of
Make it make
this.
sense.
I agree with all of this.
Twins are 4-6 in their last 10. They're 1 game up in the wild card. The Royals are holding the line. Hold the line.
Yep.
But like, so they might just stumble into the playoffs, but at the same time, like, what's going on
Who,
there?
the Royals?
The Royals and the Twins could just stumble into the playoffs.
Yes. Yes. The Twins for
So
sure. If the Twins make it, I feel like it's going to be a stumble.
the Twins are a game up on the Royals as of
I
right
know.
now.
I know.
Like,
I don't get it. I told you when we did our playoff breakdown, was it last week, that
oh yeah,
it was
we did
all in the
Cleveland
Central?
and Kansas City. And you're like,
That's right.
Twins are just waiting.
And at the very end, I said, hold on, they're just playing shortstop, man. They're just dragging right behind everybody, letting them cut the wind in front of them. It's exactly what's happened. It's
Yeah, you're
fabulous.
right. You're right. All right, go ahead
Oh,
with your heart tier.
well, hold on. I have a new tier.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. That's right.
And my new tier is the lion tier.
Ooh,
Okay. Because these, like,
that's
hearts of a
brilliant.
lion, you know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
lion tier. This is where I put the Braves, the Mets, and the Twins. These are teams
Okay,
that,
so hold on. Let me guess. Braves, Mets, and Twins.
yep.
Lion tier. They're lying to us. There it is. Okay.
Oh, actually not. But that's
Oh, okay.
okay. I see. That was nice. That was well brought up. All right. Here's
Too
the
bad I
deal.
wasn't.
Too bad. Yeah, I was. Thank you for finishing that for me. Here's why. Here's my justification. Okay, these teams maybe deserve to make the playoffs. Maybe they don't. So they still deserve a big fat question mark. But they are fighting, and they are taking advantage of other teams' not only losses, which happens by virtue of just playing, but also their missed opportunities on the field. Like they exploit other people and it's working. Not every time, and that's confusing. So I can't justify putting them all the way in my question mark tier. But I also
Still in your
can't put
heart
them in
tier.
my
Oh,
heart
oh,
tier.
yeah.
I
You're right.
can't do
Sorry,
either. I can't do
I
either.
jumped the gun there.
So I've got them in this new lion tier, and that's why. The Mets are like 10 games over 500 right now, and they were 11 games under 500 like in June. So make it make sense. Like they're fighting, right? They're clawing their way into this situation, and it's going to take a miracle. But miracles happen. That's baseball, Susan. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. The Braves, every single thing that could go wrong is going wrong. And yet, they're 74 and 63. They've got some killer pitching. And I just like Chris Sale, where the heck did Chris Sale come from? Suddenly. Like this season he finally is Chris Sale again. It makes no sense.
It's healthy. They got him healthy.
Yeah. Ronaldo Lopez steps up. You know what I mean? Like it's just they deserve their own tier. The end.
I like that. That
Thanks
makes
for
sense.
coming to my
Maybe we'll
TED Talk.
freestyle a little bit more next year when we do these
Oh, I'm freestyling, man. That's all I
because
got.
I like it. I like it. Go ahead with your heart
It's
tier then,
this is a
because
September
I
thing.
don't have I don't have a lion tier. So go ahead with your heart tier.
Okay. This is where I put the D-backs are here. The Astros are here. The Royals are here. Padres make a lot of sense here. Orioles, interestingly enough, end up in this second tier. The Brew Crew, Cleveland's baseball team, and my New York Yankees are all in my heart tier. Some of these teams
I
I
like
would
it.
love to have put in the diamond tier. I cannot justify it. I cannot. Let me speak to the Yankees.
Okay.
Specifically because if you're going to lose any games at all to the White Sox, I'm confused and I'm offended. If you're going to lose any games at all, you're supposed to be tippy top, right? At one point, you had the best record in baseball. You have everything going for you, everything. And you're going to lose games to the White Sox, to the Cardinals, to the Rockies. It's like you don't deserve the success that you have on paper. You just don't.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get my diamond tier, and I'm sorry. I'm a very angry Yankees fan right now. And I know where they're at in the standings. I got it. I know they're destined for the playoffs. I got it. It's fine. But if you're going to leave 12 runners on base consistently, if you're going to leave multiple runners and sometimes double digit runners on base and lose, well, first of all, that's why you lose. But it happens all the time. all the time. They have the best OPS in baseball, one of the best since the break. I think they're number 2 behind the D-backs, but their pitching is 21st in baseball since the break, just based on ERA. That's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. Sorry. So, listen, as a Yankees fan, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, we're going to go to the playoffs and then we're going to get kicked around again. And if it's going to be Houston's cleat, then I wouldn't be surprised.
Makes sense.
It's kind of where we're at
Makes
right now.
sense.
So,
yeah.
The Orioles, the only reason the Orioles are here is because they're not playing as well, even as the Yankees. That's the justification for that. The Brew Crew, they're just a hair under as magical as I need them to be for them to be in the Diamond tier, but it's close. It's really, really close. Cleveland, same thing. Just a hair under strict excellence. There you go.
There you go. It's good.
You.
Okay, my heart tier. I have the Brewers, the D-backs, Padres, Braves, Mets, Cleveland's baseball club, the Orioles, and the Yankees. So here's an interesting thing for you, Brig.
Okay.
This might make you feel a little bit better at things.
Okay.
So I found this
I
thing
love
on
that.
Baseball Reference where it breaks down the detailed standings across all of Major League Baseball. And the Yankees are actually 2 games better than the Orioles have been in their last 30 games. Because you can get the last 10 games, last 20 games, last 30 games. So just a shade enough better. The Orioles are 15-15.
I know.
The reason, like, I feel like part of me having the Orioles in the heart is like potential. Like, yes, they've had a bad stretch over the last 30 games, apparently. Right? They've been
Maybe
average.
more.
Not an average
Maybe
team.
more.
Right?
Yeah,
Maybe
they've
more.
had 500 months for like the last 3 months. They've been like 500 team.
Yeah, and so it's like I keep waiting for them to come out of it because we kept saying that about the Phillies. The Phillies were horrendous for so long. They're 16-14 though in their last 30 because they've been on fire the last like they're 7-3 in their last 10, 12-8 in their last 20.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're getting back to where we know they can be. We keep waiting for the Orioles to get back, but if they don't, then they're going to be a first round exit in the playoffs. But because of the potential
Right.
that they have, the guys who they have, I have to have them in my heart tier. I have to have the Yankees in my heart tier because the Yankees still have the best record in the American League.
I know.
Right? So I have to have them there. D-backs and Padres. The D-backs have the best record in their last 30. 21-9. Padres, Cubs, and Astros are all 20-10 in their last 30. So you've got to have the D-backs and Padres there, absolutely, because the fact that they've closed the gap with the Dodgers has been unreal.
All right, 100%.
2 months ago, we didn't think that was possible, and it happened. So
I know.
that's why I've got them there. And Cleveland, obviously, they're the top of the Central. The Mets, like the Braves aren't going to make the playoffs. The Mets are going to take their spot.
That's what it's looking like.
That's because I just think the Braves have too much to overcome. They've done a pretty good job of doing it, but they've got too much to overcome. And the Mets are clicking on all cylinders right now. Francisco Lindor is playing MVP baseball, and I think the Mets end up taking their
He's
spot.
been playing MVP baseball for like 15 days. 20.
It's the right time, though.
I know it is, but are they first round exit?
Probably, yeah, but they're going to get there.
Yeah.
They're in a better spot than they were 2 months ago. 2 months ago, we had them buried.
Right.
We were like,
well,
oh,
and the Braves are. 2 months ago, the Braves were almost automatic. We're like, what? They're probably not going to catch the Phillies, but they'll be in it. And now it's like we're not so sure
because too much there's just too much to overcome for the Braves, and it's nothing like it's just a bad luck, right?
It is
That's
bad luck. I agree.
That's all. Yeah. Okay, give me your diamond tier.
Dodgers and Phillies.
Just those two?
That's it.
Dodgers I don't think it requires much justification. Dodgers and Phillies. Okay, so I have the Dodgers and Phillies as well. But I also have the Astros. So as a Mariners fan, I keep just like one of my eyes all the time on Houston with what they're doing.
For
right?
sure. For
Oh, hey,
sure.
10 games up on Houston. Pff, they can't play 10 games better over the course of the rest of the season. Spoiler, they do it over the course of like 3 weeks. Okay. So that happened. Houston, and then Brig, it's like, oh man, Houston's playing 600 baseball right now. They can't sustain that for the second half of the season. They've been playing six. Their winning percentage is 610 since the All-Star break. They're 20-10 in the last 30. I would not be surprised if they kept that clip the rest of the way. They whatever was going wrong, they seem to have figured it out. I
Yep.
was I was railing them for just only trading for Yusei Kikuchi at the trade
Yeah,
deadline. I was like, you didn't do
exactly.
anything to get better. It's because they didn't need to. They had the tools. They just needed to start working. And they've started working. Jordan Alvarez is a beast. He hit 3 home runs the other day, hit 2 home runs yesterday. Like things are clicking for the Astros, and that's all they needed to happen. Just needed to be patient, sit and wait for the Mariners to melt down like they did. And now they're going to run away with the division. They're going to be
Yeah,
one of the dangerous teams in the playoffs because they have so much experience on that roster that when it
they
comes to
do.
playoffs, it's just another day.
That's exactly right.
They're like they might have the third best record in the American League, but they're going to be one of the more dangerous teams. They're not going to be a first round exit. You don't want them to get momentum, get in that first round and get going. Like if I'm the other teams, I might be like, let's take the foot off the gas just a bit and give Houston a first round
Yeah,
bye and see how
give
it
them a
affects
buy. Yeah, yeah,
them.
exactly.
I know nobody's going to do that, but anyway, no, that's my
So
diamond here. Those
let
three.
me let me get you some details really quick here.
Okay.
Team ERA since the break 2.97. Houston Astros, best in baseball. They have a cumulative team ERA sub 3. That is crazy. They've only given up 42 home runs as a collective since the break.
Well, so
42.
I want to know something
Just
funny about. Hold on,
just
with
as a
their.
reference, the
Okay, go ahead.
Boston Red Sox have given up 71 since the break.
Crazy. So here's something about the Astros pitching. Since 2019, they've thrown one, two, three, four, five, six no hitters.
Whoa,
They have some of the best pitching in baseball. It's
you're
not even a
right.
question. And because they have won this year with Ronel Blanco, and how close have they come to having more since then?
Dude, Ronel
Like
Blanco himself has had 2 close calls.
right. And all the talk has been this year about the Mariners, and it's mostly because it's an atrocity that their offense is so terrible with such a good pitching staff.
Yeah.
But I'm just as terrified to go up against Houston if I'm anybody in the league
Yep.
because they'll lock you down
Yeah.
front to back because the Mariners bullpen is not great, but the Astros bullpen is great.
Since the break, the Astros are a top 10 team in home runs, number 10, average, batting average, number 10. On base percentage, they are 17th, so a little bit below average. Slugging, where's their slug? Let me get it. They're 16th, so they're right at the average across Major League Baseball, not the American League. This is everybody. They're 16th in OPS since the break, just since the break. It's crazy. They are top 10 in the American League every way you look at it. I can drill down just to the American League. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Who's got the bet? Where are they in OPS? 8. Yep.
Well, and if you
Wow.
look at OPS plus, they are
Yeah.
they're third in OPS plus in the American League.
Yeah. I was just going to get there. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
awesome.
The Astros are scary. I don't like it going into October having them be
No.
this good, this hot. It
They're
really
hot,
frightens
man.
me that we're going to see another Astros title, but I wouldn't be surprised, not even in the
No, I
slightest.
wouldn't either. We
So
Okay. Do you think who has? I mean, I know it's baseball and anything can happen. Who has the better chance of winning the NLCS, the Dodgers or the Phillies?
the
Just,
Phillies,
just that's how I feel.
yeah,
And who of these two teams has the better chance of beating the Astros? Let's say it comes down to Astros, Phillies.
Phillies. I'd take the Phillies.
I agree. I would too. But I would
And
be nail
and
biting the whole
for
time.
me, it would be. And for me, the reason I would take the Phillies is, gosh, I can't even like say it anymore. Um, I don't know. It's one. It feels like one of those things where it's okay. So they've been more consistent across the year. They had a bad stretch, right? But it's such a dumb thing to say. I feel like, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Say it.
If you haven't been fed, you stay hungry, right?
It's
And I'm
true.
not saying the Astros are not going to be hungry for another title because they didn't win last year. And
Yeah.
that group of guys, you can see the way they compete. The fact that some of them actually went to the lengths that they did to cheat to win because they wanted to win so bad. And I know there's
Yeah.
only like a couple guys left, right? I'm not
For
saying it's
sure.
all of them, but the fact that
No,
there are
no,
still
for
a
sure.
couple of those guys left in that clubhouse, and that competitive nature, if it's not instilled in them when they get there, it's contagious, and they've caught it
Yeah,
by
they've
this
caught it.
point in time.
Oh yeah.
And so they're going to be hungry when they get there. But I just think that the Phillies, they've gotten so close so many times that I don't think anybody is going to stand in the way of them winning a title this year.
I love it.
Just my thoughts.
Do you know, I just looked this up. Since the break, the Phillies are below average in OPS, batting average, home runs. Just to,
Because everybody
just,
slumped for like 3 weeks.
I know, it's so funny. Like they're 8 in the National League in hits.
Like, so the Phillies had that stretch for like, what was it, like 3, 4 weeks, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how the Astros played the first 6 weeks of the season, but it was their pitching,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Let me
It's
pull
just
up the
I know it's
Phillies.
gonna be crazy, and I can't wait.